Hi everybody, welcome to Chic and Not Stirred. I'm Lindsay. So, in honor of Parkinson's Awareness Month, which is just right around the corner, the month of April, I am trying to be, I'm probably gonna get emotional, and I really don't get emotional, more connected to my diagnosis. And it's so funny because, I was diagnosed 2 years ago, and I feel like it's just now kind of where the reality of the situation and like what's going on is kind of like hitting me. And I know there are a lot of people out there that are feeling the same way as me, so I thought, what better way to celebrate Parkinson's Awareness Month than to acknowledge my feelings about having young onset, early onset Parkinson's. And it's hard. I feel like, I have, there's so much, like, most days I am so positive about it. I'm like getting my workouts in, eating healthy, doing everything I can to be my best self. But I think it's really important to like acknowledge when you're having, a tough day and really going through trying to accept and live your best life with Parkinson's. So I'm working on my own kind of empathy and compassion, but it's hard sometimes. I think too, because now the tremor has gone from just a really mild tremor. So when I was first, I didn't even know anything was wrong. Honestly, I thought something was wrong with my car, and I kept taking it into the shop because I kept telling them, my car is vibrating, I can feel it. I can feel it in the steering wheel. I can feel it in the steering wheel. And they said, nothing's wrong. And then, months later, my hand started shaking, and it wasn't the car at all. It was just me. But I don't know. I think that, coming to terms with like what's going on is really important. And I think I just had this idea of what it was going to be like as I got older. And like I was saying before, the tremor has sort of spread now from my hand to my wrist to a little bit above my arm, and now my right leg and my ankle are going. And I think just sort of like it progressing a little bit really started making me feel more nervous. So I think I just had this idea about like what it was going to be like. Everyone has an idea about what they think their life is going to look like. And, I have a 3-year-old son, and I just imagined just being so active with him all the time, and which I still am. I think we're all just doing amazing. And, most days I am like keeping up with my wild little one and running around with him and never missing a beat. But I think when I think about like the future, no one can really tell you like what is exactly going to happen. There's no real set like prognosis about what it's going to look like in the future for you, which is really hard. Kind of the unknown of it has been really hard for me. And I think I don't know if that's what other people think is hard too, but the kind of like not knowing what it's going to look like as you get older is like the hardest thing for me, because if I have something I can prepare for, it's like you can wrap your head around it, but for it to be more open-ended, it's just been really tricky for me. And I don't know if other people, I'm not super jazzed about getting so emotional, but I don't know if other people feel that way too, about just kind of like not knowing what it's gonna look like in the future. Especially like with my son, I always thought I'd be like a really cute old person, and I still will be, I'll still be really cute. But just thinking about like with grandkids and what will I be able to do, like how involved will I be able to be in their life. sometimes just gets me really upset. And I think it's hard too because I know, like, my husband worries about it, and I don't really know, like, what to tell him to reassure him. And mostly, I just try to stay really strong. But I think it's important to acknowledge our feelings about this, and that we're all in this together. And some days when you're having a bad day, that's okay too. Most days I have amazing days, and I love every bit of every day. But when you're having a tough day, I think it's important to connect to those feelings too. Because I think the more we connect to it, the more we acknowledge it, the better the process will be. The more light we're able to bring into the darkness we feel. So I hope everyone's having an amazing day. And, just one day at a time. And tomorrow will be a better day. Bye, everybody.